My favorite message of this night actually was family in the marriage. It's something to do with marriage, but it was given by Miss Carolyn and Paul. I think it has impacted my life very greatly because I'm a young guy, and when I get my marriage, I want to get it straight with those counsels that have been given this day.
My favorite part of family retreat is that we get to spend an enjoyable time with our family and meet other families that we don't know.
One of my favorite things about family retreats is meeting new people and making new friends that are like believers. And it's such a blessing to have a place like this where our families come together and learn more about God and to have happy homes.
This family retreat has been an absolute personal blessing to myself and my family. My favorite part was the youth panel, the authenticity, the sincerity, the relevance, the substance of what they had to share. It really resonated in my heart, and I'm going to take it to heart. The messages have been very powerful, passionate, and personal. And I would just urge everyone to really seriously pray about attending this kind of event. It'll be absolutely life-changing for you and your family.
It is a choice. It is a choice whether we're going to live for me or we're going to stay on God's side of the line. If we are willing to stay on God's side of the line, He will enable us to do the impossible. But we have to choose. The power of choice that God has given us only is there to connect us with the Almighty.
The question is, what are we going to do? What are you going to do? Are you going to leave this camp, this retreat, the same as you came? Are you going to leave with choices to be determined to be all that God wants you to be?
So God wants our marriages to be a little bit of a representation between the way Christ wants to deal with His church, His love for His church. Husbands, love your wife as Christ loved the church and gave Himself for her.
So your whole life you're meant to honor your father and mother, yes? But the point is that father and mother aren't going to be lording it over their children when their children are 20 like they did when their children were 5, are they? They're going to have to, they still have authority, but they're going to have to back off using it.
Is that what God sees when He looks at our hearts? None of us understand. None of us really want to know Him. Or does He see hearts that desire Him above life itself and above absolutely anything else under the earth? When God looks down, God who has everything, God who created the Whirlpool Galaxy, God who has all that we could ever imagine, when He looks down, there's one thing that He wants that He doesn't have, and that we stop Him from having. That's our hearts.
Did Eric just decide at 16, you know what, I think I'm going to try rock climbing, let's do Everest? No, friends, it didn't work that way. By successive steps, as we seek to tackle our Everests with the tools that God has given us, and we realize that by His grace, nothing is impossible. We can achieve that. Do you believe that?
There are jagged heights before us. There are valleys in our way. We are strong against the problems that confront us every day. Yet against the fading record of the path that we have trod, grace has testified that we can learn to ride on wings of God. For there's nothing that's impossible with God. There's nothing that's impossible with God. No guilt in life, no fear in death. This is the power of Christ in me. From life's first cry to final breath, Jesus commands my destiny. I will not boast in anything. No gifts, no power, no wisdom. Ooh.